Well, we've learned over the years that there are simply too many worthy candidates for Play of the Year who just don't get the nods. Not enough moose or moose-eye or mooses or whatever it is out there to keep track. So what we have done is assembled a preponderance of those notable plays and put them in a package, kind of a miscongeniality kind of deal. And here with that data is our Vince Cellini.
We begin with a play that remarkably did not make the top 10. The night Francisco Cabrera pulled a pennant out from beneath the Pirates.
One run is in. Here comes Bream. Here's the throw to the plate. He is safe. Braves win. Braves win. Braves win. Braves win.
From pure drama to the best of Blade, Detroit's Stevie Yzerman somehow staying upright on one skate and then flipping in a goal. Stevie Wonder. Hey, Mike Jordan, step up and give us one. Thank you very much. Now it gets weird. Let's hear it from my pal, the rodeo clown. Who could forget the spinning around the baseball bats trick? You are then fed a basketball and told to drive and shoot. A spin doctor may be in order here. Time for a snack. Let us recall the Spanish festival of Buñol. 15,000 people all pelting each other with tomatoes. A little olive oil, garlic, salt, and it's a side dish. The York County, Pennsylvania Car Kissing Contest. Second annual. Longest kiss wins a car. Folks, why the lip locks?
Well, I can sell the car and get at least $15,000.
I need a car.
I don't have to be anywhere.
This guy almost kissed it all goodbye. A 61-year-old tightrope walker on a cliff in Norway on a chair resting on 2 drinking glasses. This makes bungee jumping look like low-risk activity. From Burnley, England, hop in a pseudo sumo wrestler suit and then toss your partner all night long. Who's calling? Those beckoning birds? And hollering for hogs. Daryl Jensen is the hog calling winner, but the pig may not want to be just friends. Finally, the kennel ration. We certainly had our share of dogs. The world's greatest canine athlete, basketball, or hockey. This pooch was primed. And the tree climbing pup. Like a squirrel, this dog climbs. And you could tell he really enjoyed it.
Come on, there you go.
Finally, from Knott's Berry Farm, you may recall the monster tryouts. What a scream.
You mean the car-kissing marathon is not on the top 10?
No, it didn't make it. But, you know, that last shot actually was from one of our production meetings.
Well, especially on Fridays, right?
That's right.
Well, coming up, the top 10, you picked them, now you can see them. 10, 9, 8, all the way to number 1. We'll have the countdown, ignition, and blast off next on the Christmas year for more than one reason. It's the top 10 countdown to number 1 pod in all of '92. We went halfway around the world and back to January to find number 10. It happened in Tokyo at a naval base, and it was an eye-popper. Basketball on the run. The Red Devils from Yokosuka, naval base on the break. One guy blows the breakaway hoop, but no problem. John Holloway from Dallas hits nothing but net. No, you weren't seeing things. Watch again. The miss, the loose ball, then the shot. Heard halfway around the world. His team lost the game, but John Holloway made the top 10 plays of the year. Fred?
Outstanding, but that brings us now to number 9, an entry which did pretty well in the Q&A competition but fell somewhat short in the swimsuit bracket. We take you back to January 8th of this year to Oregon for Twiggy, the water skiing squirrel. Now this one caught everybody's eye. There's Twiggy in the limousine. And it presented a little problem for the pod panel, some of whom checked for signs of staples in her little squirrel hands out there, but that would be one way of explaining how she hung onto the little ski. But she did it all on her own. Actually, she was raised domestically and is a loving pet. Twiggy, the water skiing squirrel, number 9.
Sure, it's a she now.
Yeah, that's what they say.
Number 8 happened in September at a baseball shrine, Yankee Stadium. But this pod had nothing to do with the once proud Pinstripers. It had everything to do, though, with why we should never completely lose that delicious feeling of being a little kid at the ballpark. Pop foul, right side, Don Mattingly gives chase, but forget the ball. What's that unattended box of popcorn doing on the railing? So while the fans, including the little boy whose popcorn it is, check out the fight for the souvenir, Mattingly helps himself. And one look at that little boy's face speaks volumes. He'll forget the ball, he'll forget the game, but never that move by Mattingly. Well done, Don.
I don't know if he knows the words, but he knows the thought. Anyway, now number 7, and believe me, finishing top 10 in this competition is an honor no matter where you wind up. These are the ones, of course, on the they're on the bump. They're on the bumper there for a while. They have a shot at the title, but they just couldn't get in. This one happens to be a long shot. It was a prep game in Ithaca, Michigan in January, tied at 59 before Josh Nodson lets it rip from what? I don't know, 80 feet? Bang off the glass and in. How do you like it? No time to think on this one. The cameraman goes nuts. The crowd's going wild. But, you know, in a situation like this, when you got the pod on the line, you just wheel and you fire and you hope for the best. And that's just what Josh did. The long shot. Game, set, pod, and the 7th place poi. Nick?
Boy, the advent of camcorders have sure spiced up our pods. And the pods have evolved over the years. It used to be just sheer athletic moves. But now we've seen everything from climbing dogs to water skiing squirrels to a cop catching a 35-pound carp in downtown L.A. this year. But number 6 is a throwback to pure dazzle. It happened in the Stanley Cup Finals at the Igloo in Pittsburgh, where the Penguins' Yar Yager put black defenders on ice. He froze and then scored. All right, it's not Steve Yzerman, but that's what everybody voted. Here's the replay. Goodbye, see ya. And then, with a teammate applying the interference, a shot and a goal, and the number 6 POD of the year.
Again, it is the people's choice. I like Yzerman's
So you didn't like
goal
that?
better.
Is that the
no,
idea?
I like Yzerman better for us.
Me too. We talked about it.
But you know what? I'm looking over in the corner there, and I see that our Turner security people have arrived.
With the white jackets?
Well, yeah, I think so. But they are guarding Dr. Milo Schmagegi of Schmagegi and Schmagegi, who are our tabulators, the guys we hired. Anyway, he holds the hermetically sealed envelope. Outstanding job at crowd control outside the CNN Center here in Atlanta. That's been a problem in the past, but we've pretty much gotten it down to a science now. Time for the 5th place finisher for 1992, February 20th in Waterloo, Iowa. West High versus Dubuque Hempstead. Waterloo's down 1 with 2 seconds left. Scott Ibe, watch the pass right off Todd Corbin's coconut and straight into the hole. A classic case of using one's head to maximum efficiency. Let's take another look at it after we figure out where we are. Look, watch the head. It doinks right in there. A guy probably bit his tongue off, but hey, for the 5th place pod, ladies and gentlemen, it's worth. Ladies and gentlemen, poi number 5.
Now to number 4, and this one was a beaut. You remember Ollie Frazier, Hagler Hearns, but in 1992, it was the Chief against the Demon, no holds barred. It happened on the sidelines of a football game in the fall when Northeast Louisiana University played Northwestern State University. And the rivalry spilled over to the 12th man on each team and became the main event called those Fighting Mascots. And this one got intense. There's Chief Brave Spirit from Northeast Louisiana State. Hey, they're just sparring, feeling each other out. Vic the Demon from Northwest State University. Hey, there's the first takedown. And it gets ugly. They're grappling on the ground, and they're trying to pull each other apart, literally. There goes the headdress. The Demon's lost his head, but the Chief has lost his mind until the cops come in and separate the two. And joining us now from Shreveport, Louisiana, Vic the Demon and Chief Brave Spirit, who, believe this or not,
I feel as though I ought to put on a crew neck sweater and start playing records or something. Anyway, it is time for number 3. And for that, we take you to New Jersey for some August harness racing. That is Slandered. The 3-year-old had long since unseated the driver, and then, hey, he's going for a drive of his own right up into the driver's lounge to give those guys a little piece of his mind, maybe have some hay and a cold one. Gotta like it. You voters did well enough to make it poi finalist number 3.
well, the pod can be pure pizzazz, pure nonsense, as you just saw. In the case of number 2, pure drama. This was the pass that led to the shot that maybe led to the NCAA championship. To the Spectrum in Philadelphia for that. Duke down 1 to Kentucky with 2 seconds left in overtime when Grant Hill inbounded to Christian Leitner, who tossed up the turnaround that nestled through nothing but net. Don't cry, just look at it again. Here it is from courtside. Grant Hill with a Hail Mary bomb. Leitner gets position, makes the catch, puts it on the floor to create some space, and then calmly wins the game at the buzzer in overtime. It was the play that fueled Duke to bigger and better things and got so many votes, it's the runner-up play of the year.
Already this year in college basketball, there's been 5 or 6 buzzer beaters already, and nevertheless.
We're maybe, like Lewis and Clark, and we're just getting a glimpse of the Pacific for the first time after all that wonking and canoeing.
Well, let's go.
Something like that. It is time for the play of the year 1992 without any further ado. And for it, we take you back to baseball season. July 25th, Atlanta's Fulton County Stadium. The Braves and the Pirates, top of the ninth, 1-0 Braves. Runner on, Al Pena taken deep by Andy Van Slyke. But you know who that is, Otis Nixon, who scales the wall and hauls it in. Andy Van Slyke, the picture of dejection. They're thinking maybe World Series, maybe big bucks, but certainly a shot at the play of the year. And that's exactly, Nick, what we got.
Well, the nice thing about it, too.
In the beginning, it looked like it was